Happy weekend, happy Sunday, happy day. Whenever you're finding this is just right. This is a timeless message. Take what applies. If something resonates for you, great. Take what applies and let the rest fly, as I always say. Just clearing our space here. And then we will tap into the cards. See what we can know. I did just record about a 30-minute message, an energy update, an energy check-in for the week. Spoke about the equinox a bit, this eclipse quarter a bit, for our Patreon community, our private soul tribe. So if something resonates for you here, if my energy resonates for you, if you would like to see more of me, if you would like to see longer messages, further messages, deeper messages, whatever, you could join us there. Link for the Patreon community is in the pinned comments below, also in the description box. And if you're just hopping on, would love to hear where you're tuning in from, how these energies are affecting you. Holy energies, right? Extra amplified. I know the last several days I was still feeling the full moon lunar eclipse hangover. I still intend to get rest in this afternoon. I'm actually doing my Monday things on Sunday just because where I'm at, the weather is supposed to be nice tomorrow, and I'm going to hopefully get some extra nature time in. And also just the energy allows, like I was sharing with my Patreon community the last couple days, I required extra rest. Yesterday, I think I took two. I know I took two. I maybe even took 3 naps. I just saw 144. That message has been coming through on repeat for me. Pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities, the numbers. They are not random, right? The things you are drawn to, the things that make your heart sing, the things that spark a fire within you, the things that come easily to you, feel like they come naturally. That is not random. That is not a coincidence. They are probably gifts you utilized in previous lifetimes. So trust that we are here to share our gifts. We are each carrying a piece of the divine puzzle, new earth, the new world here. And if you don't share your gifts, that piece of the puzzle will be missing. Make no judgments of yourself or another. This came through just the other week for us, right? When you feel the nudge, the urge to judge, find something to be grateful for instead. Gratitude immediately eliminates judgment. And again, we don't know what lessons another is here to learn, right? Also, if something speaks to you and you would like to dive deeper into your own life story, personal energy, I do offer personal readings as well. Drop a comment if you're interested in that and I will reach out so we can connect. What else here? If you want to start your wellness journey, access to the app I use for fitness, nutrition, mindset, all the things, the holy grail, I like to call it the trifecta, let me know. And if you'd like access to the video series, the course I created, and also we could work together one-on-one, either for routine visits, monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, always people have worked with me. Also, you could just do like a one and done visit for an activation. So it's really based on your individual needs, what you are requiring and in need of, right? Because we are so individual, because we all do carry a unique individual piece of the pie, piece of the puzzle here. Wake up call. What are you being asked to let go of? Be decisive. What are you being asked to be super intentional, to focus on? And I'm just wondering, okay. I was like, I'm afraid I forgot to make the live chat a feature, but I think I did. YouTube has had some updates with their layout and their live features, so I'm still trying to figure it out here, but I think we're good. Anyways, be decisive, right? Be intentional. Eliminate distractions came through in the Patreon message. What do we need to eliminate so we can be laser focused on our soul path here, right? And engaging higher reason. That reminds me of the surrender message that came through for us last week, right? Surrender is to this higher reason, the higher understanding, and then render means to melt. So to melt into the higher understanding and to release our egoic desires, I'm hearing. I love that. Let's tap in with our animal friends here. Leading from the heart, eliminating distractions, remembering, we are a micro of the macro. You are the universe in a human body. And astrology is so relevant. Why astrology affects us is because it points to aspects of the self, within the self, right? We have six planets changing signs this year, which is huge. Oh, hi, good morning, good. I'm glad someone is here and can make comments. We haven't had astrology like this in 3,000 years. Believe in yourself here. This came through, in the Patreon message as well, acknowledging, appreciating our gifts, right? Like, no one is going to recognize or appreciate your gifts until you step forward, until you appreciate them, right? The mirror effect, as within, so without. And so empower yourself. Tell your self-empowering stories. Trust those nudges. Trust your intuition. Where was I going with this? I feel like I was saying something and I cut myself off. You are the universe, astrology. Oh, so like the end of the month here, Neptune transitions, is it into Aries? Yeah, and Neptune has been in Pisces for the last 10 years. So Neptune only changes signs 10 years, and so that's significant. And we are already feeling that it's going from a water sign to a fire sign. So the last 10 years have really been, all up in our feels about emotions, and now it's like we're going to take action. We're tired of our own bullshit, right? Tired of repeating the same, and we're putting an end to self-defeating, self-sabotaging, self-destructive behaviors. We understand that to empower ourselves is to break the mold, right? To bust through the system, not to stay small, to play small. Yeah, and we know the abundant universe will provide here. Dream the world into being and trust those nudges. Know the desires that were planted in your heart were just that, meant for you. And you're the only one that can birth those creations, that can carry those out. No one else has the blueprint you do. And so if you don't share what you were here to share, it just won't be shared. And that's sad to think about, right? We don't want to get to the end of our physical life here and have regrets or wish we would have done things differently. Don't be afraid of failing. Be afraid of, playing small, staying small. Honestly, failure, the master is, the only difference between the master and the beginner is the master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Spirit has your back, and anyone that tells you that they have it all figured out is either lying or delusional. We aren't supposed to have it all figured out. We are just supposed to trust ourselves more and more on the daily, right? Self-actualize, self-materialize. Like I said in the Patreon message, there is no end to the levels, I just saw 818 with the mirroring, to the depths, to the depths that we can know ourselves, that we can discover gifts, discover more and more within ourselves. Yeah. Knowing our worth. And the beautiful part about that is the more we get to know ourselves, the more we understand ourselves, the more we understand everyone else as well. And I forgot to say this in the Patreon message, but this was coming through in my bath earlier. The deeper we go, the higher we can rise. The deeper we go, the more we can see. The deeper we go, the higher our awareness is, right? However you want to say it. With each layer you uncover within yourself, it also allows you to see things from a higher perspective, to ascend, to elevate. That reminds me of, I was learning a lot about this the last few weeks, that it's not, as far as healing our wounds, right, there is gold in the shadows, the golden shadow. I think it was rewilding that came through. But yes, that just speaks on the nuggets, the gifts, right? Our shadow is not all about darkness and things we want to disown. And when we stop disowning those darker aspects of ourselves and begin to integrate them, become aware of them, stop running from them, then they become our medicine, what we are here to share, how we are able to give from this whole fulfilled place. And yes, it's the golden shadow. Don't fear the shadow. Don't fear darkness. Without darkness, we would not know light, right? Without darkness, a seed would not be able to become a plant, and there's a million different scenarios. Sing your own song. Yeah, be willing to share your gifts here. Tend to the small things. Clean up your space. This came through in the Patreon message as well. I don't want to share too much, or I'm just going to end up reiterating everything that came through in that half-hour message. But if you are feeling cluttered in the mind, I'm going to give a little tarot story here because I'm thinking of 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, just that anxious energy. Tend to the small things. What are you in control of? Clean up your space, right? Clean up a room, clean up a cupboard. When things outside of us look organized, it gives us that organized, put together feeling within. And there's something else I was going to say. Oh, I read this message just the other day, and it's about like making our life a moving prayer, right? Seeing the blessing, seeing the magic even in the mundane things. And I wish I could remember all of them, but one of them was like, when you go to do your dishes, right? Like tell yourself the story that, yeah, you're giving the dishes a bath, you know? Just make it fun. There's other ones, but now I can't think of any of them, of course, but play games with yourself. I know sometimes when I'm doing chores, or not so much anymore because I kind of like to take my time, see how slow I can go doing things, see how much I can savor and marvel at things. So that could be a little game you play too. But also I used to just like beat my score, right? Like time myself when I'm doing a chore and see if I did better than last time. So just how can you look at scenarios, situations that you have maybe repeated a gazillion times, like laundry, and give it a different story. See it with fresh eyes. Because even though it's the same task, right, it's not the same day. This reminds me of that quote, no man walks through the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man. And I think that's beautiful. So, and I love this for us. 4 of Swords, the Hermit, the Empress, and the Fool. So, 4 of Swords and the Hermit here, this going within, this introspection, this self-reflection over these next couple of weeks here, taking a rest, taking a nap, like I shared. I can't remember if it was just in the Patreon message or I already told you all here, but I took either 2 or 3 naps yesterday, just requiring extra rest. In times gone past the eclipse window, the time of eclipses was a time of doing nothing, pause, stillness, and so if you are able, privileged enough to do so, to take a pause, to take a break, please do so. And sometimes even if you feel like your to-do list will not allow you to do so, remind yourself the to-do list will never be done, right? Evolution, expansion, like, I don't know, have you noticed you cross one thing off the list and you have another 3 to add? And so no one is going to come along and say, take a break, you need a nap. You need to do that for yourself here. Be your own empowered, the author of your own story, right? This Empress energy. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a victor. And this new beginnings here. After we take this pause and this introspection, this new beginning is beautiful here. We got the equinox, spring equinox, the astrological new year, end of the week here. Yes, just much happening in the energetic and the unseen realms. And so even if you are taking a pause, even if you are taking a break, just because it looks like nothing is happening, know that beneath the surface much is happening, much is shifting. No one is going to come out of this eclipse corridor the same as when they went in. I'm going to get a unicorn message for us here. And then maybe we'll get an affirmation. I think maybe I'll get a chopper card for us in case you want to be an eager beaver and dive deeper and do a meditation. Yeah, uncord relationships. Let go now. Forgiveness is freedom. We're still in this Venus retrograde for another month here, all about our self-worth, right? Our value. What do we value? And what are we no longer willing to tolerate, right? We settle with, I was just reviewing, editing some reels from my other Patreon messages to share throughout the week. And this message came through. I think I shared this last month in Patreon. But we settle for the relationships, the jobs, whatever. We settle for the situations we believe we deserve. And so as you heal, you need to elevate, increase the requirements on what it takes to connect with you. So it's just a little plug there. Yeah, stand in your power. Rest in perfect love. access your gifts here. Ascension lift. And be a beacon. Yeah. Be an inspiration. Light the way for others. Light the way for others without even speaking, without commanding, right? Simply by you shining your light, you sharing your own gifts unapologetically. You will inspire others to do the same. Let's see if our beautiful collective watching here would like to do a guided meditation. What should be the focus here, Spirit? Home. Root. Shelter, safety, nurturing, warmth. So a root chakra meditation, because truly, if we don't feel safe in our own space, we won't expand, share our gifts, right? Because we don't feel secure. So that's beautiful. A 10-minute guided meditation, a root chakra meditation will be beneficial for you. I love the 10-minute guided meditations here on YouTube. And what's one affirmation? Just share with the community here. If you want to affirm something on repeat for yourself this week, a good affirmation will be, well, first of all, I use my emotions to fuel my path. And that was basically the gist. Also, one summary statement of the Patreon message is getting real intimate with our internal world. Becoming, like I said, there's no end to the depths of getting to know ourselves, becoming familiar with ourselves. But then you will know, right, when to take a pause, when to move forward, and you will just know, and you will act on those instincts. You won't have to wait for your intuition, because we've been healing the things, right? And so our subconscious, which is where our intuition is, access to our subconscious doesn't feel so far away anymore. It's like melding or eliminating that gap. Yeah. My body knows how to self-heal, and we trust those nudges our body gives us. So I love that. I think that's a beautiful message for us. I may or may not hop on later in the week. We shall see. I just saw 1717. Just depends on the energy. We are eliminating doing anything out of obligation, and we are following inspiration only. And so you aren't going to know today how you are going to feel tomorrow. Take that weight off your shoulders. You're not supposed to. So what can we let go of? What responsibilities, obligations can we let go of? Lighten the load so we can step into this new season, this new year, lighter and ready to rock. There we go. I'm sending so much love. Until next time.